Welcome to Navigating Your 20s. I'm your host, Jess Hugo, and I am so excited to have you here. I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist, but honestly, underneath it all, I am just a girl who is struggling, thriving, and surviving somehow all at once. So if this is you, you are not alone. If you want all the juicy tea on what it's like to be a girl navigating her 20s, I'm talking relationships, health, fitness, social life, work, and everything in between, then you're in the right place.
Hello, my girls. Welcome back to another episode of Navigating Your 20s. Thank you so much for being here, first of all, because I have been getting so much love recently, so many DMs from you all telling me how much you're loving it. I'm just seeing through like the views and the analytics and stuff, how well it is going. And I'm so excited, honestly, to have you here and create more impact. Literally, the whole reason I created this podcast was to normalize so many conversations that I find that a lot of girls think are embarrassing. And I don't think it's embarrassing to struggle. I don't think it's embarrassing to go through things and need to talk to someone about it and need to put on a podcast and just listen. I really just want this more, everything, not just this, everything I do is I want it to be a safe space for women to be able to come in and share what they need to share. If you have worked with me one-to-one, you know I never pressure you to tell me what's happening, but I very much am okay, let's talk on this and this. You don't need to share the juicy details, but I know how powerful a conversation is. Conversations are so powerful, guys, and I know it can be really, really hard because I experienced this as well. I didn't know who I could trust to talk about the things that I was struggling with. So I was I don't know what to say and I don't know what to do because I feel like this person will tell someone else and go behind my back and all the things. So I've created that space for the girls that a lot of them, I might know some of their friends through names and mutuals and whatever, but I don't know their friends. So they know I'm not, even though I never would, but they know for a fact that I'm not going to go back to someone and talk about them when I don't even know that person. So I love creating such a safe little space. And I've been doing the same thing, I guess, with the podcast. We can just come in and listen and chit chat. And even if you're one of my clients, you wouldn't know which client I'm using as an example. I never name drop. It's all very confidential and things, but I just normalize different shit by sharing things that I've gone through and all of the things. And so I just want to thank you all for supporting the page, sharing, posting, following, liking, all of the things. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I love seeing you guys enjoying it in the DMs and things like that. But getting straight into today's episode, I just wanted to say thank you. But seasons of loneliness in your 20s, I feel like it almost feels like every single year that you're going up and down in ebbs and flows with different friendships and feeling lonely and feeling all of the things. And it's feeling like you need to constantly surround yourself with people, whether it's potential boys, going on dates, partners, boys or girls, going partners, girlfriends, always having them surrounding you, family, etc. You feel like you need to fill this almost void and gap, but you actually don't need to always surround yourself with friends, boyfriends, family, whatever. Just because you're actually sitting alone doesn't mean you're lonely. And sometimes navigating seasons of loneliness is actually really, really important. And I'm going to say something very, very straight up right now. If you're someone constantly stuck in the same cycle, the same bullshit, the same toxic stupidity, having a bunch of different problems with a bunch of different people coming in and out of your life all the time, people always causing problems, and you're always blaming everyone else for being the problem, you're probably the problem. If you're in a friendship group and every single girl, say it's a group, a decent enough group, there's 10 girls in it, and 9 of those girls suddenly don't like you, girl, unless, please have discernment. Sometimes they're really toxic. I've been friends with girls before and we've been friends for years and years and years, and then they just decided to go befriend someone else and pick someone else over me and start all this drama. But I feel we're old enough now, because that is so high school, we are old enough now to be able to be why does everyone suddenly hate me? Where am I needing to take responsibility in this? What am I doing wrong? And actually take responsibility for it, because running overseas won't fix it. Getting a new boyfriend won't fix it. Just because you're having issues in your last relationship, some new boy doesn't mean there's not going to still be issues, because it takes 2 to tango. Breaking contracts, changing jobs, blowing up your life, none of that is going to fix this season of loneliness. You're going to keep running in the same cycle over and over and literally hating your life. And I know no one wants to be lonely. I've gone through phases where I've not had that many friends, and I've not felt like I could trust anyone, and I felt like I was in such a weird place where couldn't say anything to anyone in fear that it would get back to them, as I was saying before. That's why I create this space, but being really fearful of that, and then trying to distance myself from them, and then it felt like such a chore to hang out with them and I didn't want to do it anymore. And it's like being lonely actually gives us the opportunity to do the inner work. It's actually not wrong or bad to be lonely, because you can either pause here. Say everything has just blown up. You and your boyfriend have just broken up, or you've just moved out of home because your family have been arguing, or whatever it is. Say everything has just blown up. You can either pause right now and take an opportunity to grow, or you can stay stuck in that same cycle, repeat the same patterns, blame others, take no responsibility, and wonder why in 2 to 3 times you're looking the exact same. And when I say looking the exact same, I mean like looking at your vision of life in the same job that you hate, in the same relationships or friendships that you hate, looking the exact same physique wise, not have putting on any muscle, not have been losing any weight, even though that was your goal, feeling like you're just doing the mundane shit every single day, but then hating all of it. Choose your heart. At what point, I actually want you to think right now, at what point am I going to take responsibility for, I'm literally complaining about this friend not aligning with me, but I haven't mentioned anything to the friend, or I haven't actually addressed it even like out loud. Like sometimes, again, as I said, communication is really like powerful. One of my girls was saying to me, she was like, oh, I have this friend that she never wants to go for a walk. She always wants to eat. She doesn't care about my weight loss goals, blah, 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 blah. And then when she was saying it out loud to me, she was like, I've kind of just realized that like maybe she's actually just not a good friend. And I was like, you literally, because I was listening to her voice message and I started typing, like, because I just like had to get it out. I had so much to say, but I wanted to hear her out and hear the whole voice message first. And I was like, you literally like answered your own question almost. Like I was literally going to write to you, like, to me, that sounds like someone who's not a friend. Because if someone can't actually honor your boundaries and meet you where you're at and respect your choices, then they're not a real friend. It can be in every single element, like even just like clientele and whatever. Like if they're going to push my boundaries and disrespect me, like I'm just not going to take you on. Like you have free will to just say no. Like, you know what I mean? Like with your friends, if they're just saying no, let's go out to eat, you can just say no, I don't want to do that. Because I would rather feel lonely, which is feeling disconnected, than filling the space with people who don't even align with me anymore. And like, you don't need to feel the presence. You don't need to feel someone's presence. You don't need to spend time with other people. You should actually be spending that time reflecting, looking in the mirror, writing down your inner fucking thoughts, uncovering the layers. As I said, taking responsibility. It is really, really hard to take responsibility and say, yeah, I was wrong in that. It is so hard to actually be like, I fucked up. Taking responsibility, it's so much easier to just run away. It's so much easier to just date someone else, start a new friendship group, get another job. Of course, it's so much easier, but that's why this keeps happening to you, because you're not taking any responsibility for it. And it's like, actually uncover the layers, find out what you want, find out what's important to you. And it's like, you can actually feel more connected with yourself during one quiet walk alone. Maybe sometimes I put like soothing music on, but like no music, just out in nature, than in a crowded club with people who don't get you. Right now, you're trying to chase dopamines and highs. You're going overseas, you're going out to clubs, you're doing all of these things, but you actually would be putting in more work with just sitting with your thoughts for 5 minutes. You guys already know I journal so much. I actually can't describe how good it feels to sit down and get it all out on paper. And I used to be anti-journal because I used to think, oh my God, like you need prompts and you need to follow this like whole structure, and oh, I don't want structure with it. And it overwhelmed me. When in reality, I realized I can just write whatever the fuck I want. And as soon as I get it out on paper, fuck, it feels good. It feels good to just get it out. I'm not caring about it anymore. It's off my chest, like water off my back, like I'm not doing it anymore. Like that's what I do. I like put it on paper and I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about it anymore. Whereas if I, like a drama happens, I'm thinking, like I need to get that shit out on paper. I want you to uncover layers and actually be so raw with yourself, so real with yourself. Think, what the fuck is happening? What am I feeling? Who am I blaming? Where am I taking responsibility? Where is actually like have discernment. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's other people's fault. Like don't get me twisted, but have discernment and figure that out. Because like loneliness actually teaches you like who you are without validation. I think a lot of us can get very stuck in like thinking what other people are thinking. Think of like how your boyfriend might compliment you on something like every single day, and then you think, fuck, I do have the fattest ass. I do have the fattest ass. But like in reality, it's like you never actually thought that. You're just using external validation to feel how you feel. You know what I mean? So who are you without the validation? What do you actually like doing? What are you actually interested in? What are your actual hobbies without people influencing you? Back to this client, like she wanted to go for the walk. That's what she wanted to do. But no, her friend wanted to go eat. So then she wanted to settle to eat, but she didn't even want to eat. And I was like, no, we're not settling. We're not settling, because who are you when no one's influencing you? You would have been out on that fucking walk. I was like, we're not doing that. And I'm like, don't make it seem like I'm here to blow up all your friendships. Like that's not the case. But it's like, is that even a true friend? I don't know. You need to figure it out in your season of loneliness, you know? And where have you been outsourcing happiness to others? Whenever things happen and you feel shit, what do? Probably get into bed, probably scroll TikTok looking for a dopamine hit, looking for other people's life to compare yourself to fill the void. I think as well, a lot of people, it's very common with like Taylor Swift. Like you want to go look at what like Taylor Swift's doing because she's so well known and she's normally like your feel good, but she's outsourcing. She's outsourcing, like you're outsourcing to Taylor Swift for happiness. Why can't you find happiness from within? Is your life really that shit? And I get it because I'm like, oh my God, everything sucks. But it's like actually not that deep. And my life is not that shit. And a lot of people have it a lot worse. And, you know, insert all the fucking things and have your moment, feel the feels, be dramatic in the moment. I get like, do it, full permission slip. But don't dwell on it. Don't blame others. Don't take any, like, don't not take responsibility from it, because our brains actually work the best when we spend time with ourselves, when we're out in fresh air, when we're moving our body. We actually struggle the most when we're in bed, on social media, stuck in a scroll hole, literally rotting, consuming food we know that's not good for us, consuming things that we know make us feel shit. It's all connected. Our mind, our food, our gut, our fucking brain, everything, it's all connected. And it's like, okay, I tried to really think. I was like, okay, what is the thing of like, why do so many of us like hate the feeling of of being lonely, aside from the fact it's obviously uncomfortable, but what is the thing that's like we hate doing that? Like, what is the reason behind that? And I think it's because it's scary to uncover layers of yourself and actually take responsibility for where you're wrong. It's scary to see the shadows and the ugly shit about yourself. And it's like we actually frame loneliness as a punishment, when in reality, like, it's actually an opportunity to rediscover yourself, find your hobbies, find the things you're interested in, rediscover that element of self-worth that you've probably lost for a season there. I think a lot of us women, we lose layers of our self-worth to impress other people, especially our partner. And then we are like, who am I anymore? Like, it's just confusing. And then if you break up, then you're like, whoa, like, I'm like back to square one. And I was like talking to one of my girls recently because she was dealing with something similar to this. And I was like, don't forget who has your back at the end of the day. Only you. So don't put all of your eggs in this basket, and not in the sense of like, oh my God, fill up half the basket for the guy you're dating and hold this for another guy. No, it's like, fill up this whole basket for the guy you're dating, sure, but also make sure there's stuff in your basket for you. You need your independence. You need your self-care activities. You need to do something. Like, honestly, I love, even like, I know everyone's not looking for that and in the means and whatever, but just having your coaching program, to be able to just walk into the gym and have your coaching program and get it done. Like, even if you're doing sessions, one of my girls, she was like, oh, like, my partner finishes work at like 5 and then I come in at like 6:15 for a session or whatever. And then I like am back home at this time and whatever, but like, it's my thing that I like to do. And I was like, I love that. Like, why are we waiting around for our man to come home? No, if I have a PT session, I'm going to my PT session and then I'll see you later, because I still need my element of independence. I shouldn't be dropping every single thing I like because it conflicts with my man's schedule. No, I'm not doing that. Even the other day, my partner came home early, like, they just had something on and whatever, it finished early and whatever. And then I was working. I've been a busy girl, guys. It's secret, but I've been a busy gal. And then he was like, oh, like, what are you doing? And I was like, working. Like, I'm not derailing my schedule and changing my schedule for you. And like, don't get me twisted. You don't want to be super rigid and structured, and like, you still want to have fun and all of the things. But I also knew we were going out that night anyway. So I was like, okay, like, I'm still working. I need to get shit done. Just because you're coming in doesn't mean I'm throwing in the towel and doing everything that you want to do because you've come in. Like, I still need to have my priorities, my independence, all of the things. And it's like, that is something you learn in seasons of loneliness, to strengthen your boundaries and know how to say no. Like, you guys know I'm huge on this. I will hold you to my boundaries. If you're a client, I will hold you to, okay, you're only expecting a response in these time periods. Okay, you know your session time is this time, and if you're not coming, you're not coming. Like, you're not getting that session. You guys know that. And it's like, it isn't to be rude. It shouldn't be seen as rude. Jess is so rude because she's forfeiting my session or whatever. It's actually to remind you that there's a boundary in place and you're crossing it. There's an agreement that you agreed to and you're crossing it. And like, yeah, you can send me a message outside of the hours, whatever, but don't be like, Jess, why haven't you replied? When you know the boundary. And I'm going to reiterate with you, okay, hey, you know I'm in at this time. I will get back to you always. You know that. Don't stress, relax. Like, you know I'm in at this time. You know you're expecting me at this time. You know you're going to see me at this time. Like, relax. And this is something that you can work on strengthening in your seasons of loneliness when you actually work on like what is important to you, what do you want? And I know I said that in the work sense, but I just gave you a relationship example as well. Hey, you know I work these hours. You know that I'm busy doing something. You know I'm in a season of busyness. You can wait and I will come in when I'm ready, like with my partner. And that is what you do. You rediscover what's important to you, create those boundaries, and you make sure that people don't cross them. Right? And this is where you can then grow with relationships and friendships and things, because you can strengthen that element of what you actually want. And if you truly think right now, like, you know, I said practice discernment, and like, you might not be the problem. Maybe everyone else is the problem. Maybe that is truly the case. Prove it. Create new friendships. Go and do things outside of your comfort zone to rediscover what you're interested in, what you like, all of the things. It's like, where can I start then? Okay, solo dates, coffee shops, just the shops in general, like cafes is what I mean. And then like just shops, like shopping, the movies, going on walks alone. Like, I sometimes hate going on a walk alone because I feel like yapping their ear off makes the walk go so much longer. Don't get me wrong. But also, like, are you comfortable enough to be able to walk alone, or do you fear the silence? Do you get in your head? What happens for you? What comes up for you with that? Another one, phone-free mornings or evenings to actually check in with yourself. I have not been using it. Guilty. I have a night journal that I got given on the retreat. Just 5 minutes every night to fill it out. Specifically a night journal. I don't know why I don't do it. What the hell is my problem? I love the phone-free mornings element though, because I really, really struggle where I have to check my phone straight away. And this is something I'm still working with. Like, I feel like I am wrong to be awake and not replying to messages. And I'm like, no, because my rules is like 9 to 5. So I will be in there 9 to 5. Like, just because I've woken up at 6 a.m. does not mean I need to be in. And also, like, then it's like you're waking up going straight into work, you know what I mean? And I know, again, not everyone is in the same situation, but even say you like are planning something with your friend, you have dramas with your friends, you go straight in and look at that text, that's just set up your whole day. You need to fill up your cup first. Like, for me, I'm like, I'm going to go train. I'm not going to open into client messages. It's only 6 a.m. anyway. Sometimes, obviously, I have sessions and stuff. It's not always perfect, but I'm like, I'll be in later. What's a couple of hours? When half of my clients, I know they probably wouldn't even be awake anyway, or they'd be busy like getting ready for work and stuff. So it's like not even a big deal. On the back of that, if you can't do like phone-free mornings and evenings because of whatever the reason, building a new routine. Maybe you just need to rejig your routine, whether that's the meals you're eating, the workouts you're doing, as I said before, hobbies. Do a little rejig. If you're training like 2 days, maybe ramp it up to 3. Just change it up. Why not? Like, you're investing more energy into yourself anyway. You have more time to train. Like, investing energy in health and fitness and body goals is so good. No constant social drama, no bed rotting, no going backwards. Like, how many times, this is like a serious question. I'm sitting up for this. How many times have you lost the weight, been perfect, done all of the things, then put it on again because of some crusty, dusty man breaking up with you, ruining your life, doing all of the things? How many times? Because we're not doing that anymore. We are not taking that energy into this summer. We're not taking this energy into 2026. Can't believe I'm saying that out loud. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of seeing every single girl lose themselves for some crusty, dusty man. I've had enough of it. Invest your energy into yourself and water your own plants and watch them fucking grow. Okay? Final reminders to you guys. Sorry, I know that was a little hardcore, but like, seriously, I'm so sick of seeing it. I'm so sick of men ruining women's lives. I'm so sick of it. When you learn to stand alone, you stop accepting crummy friendships that just give you like a little bit, like, yeah, I'll catch up, never catch up. Yeah, next week, never do it. Crummy relationships who are literally dating multiple people at once. Fucking crummy men who are like, yeah, I'll see you on the weekend. They never make it. Crummy men who take like hours and hours to respond. When I say crumbs, I'm saying like bare minimum, like crumbs, but they're also crummy. Make sense? Cool. Health and fitness. If you're not going to give yourself a little bit and you're going to be so consistent one week and not consistent for the rest of the month, your body's going to hate you. Your body's going to be bloated. You're going to feel shitty and you're going to spiral and go and go and go. Next, the confidence. I want you to back yourself tenfold. Even when no one else is in the room, I want you to walk into that room with fucking confidence. I want you to be that girl. And how do you show up as that girl? Pour into your cup. If you're walking into rooms and you're not feeling confident and you're feeling really under the, like almost under the weather, but not sick, like you just don't want to be seen, you're feeling anxious, all of the things, it's probably because you haven't been pouring into your cup. So use this phase of loneliness to work on you and prioritize you and your health. And it's like, okay, I want you to remember something. Loneliness isn't forever. It's a season, it's a phase. But if you skip it, you skip growth, which means you're never, ever going to move out of these same patterns and same cycles. But if you actually embrace it, your 20s are going to be so much better. You're going to stop scrambling to belong and fit in and fucking please everyone else. And you're actually going to be happy. You're going to choose the right people and let the right people come in. Like, literally trust me on this one. The only reason you're feeling this way right now is because you're not giving yourself any energy, and you're not going to find happiness overseas. You're not going to find happiness with a new boyfriend. You're not going to find happiness with a new friendship group. You're actually going to find happiness by pouring into you and doing the things you said you did. You said you'd do. Sorry, stuffed that. I said did because in my head I was like, you said you'd committed to this, right? You'd committed to this and now you're out. Now you're cancelling. You're not going to social soccer anymore. You're not going to netball anymore. You're not going to things anymore, but you committed to them. Do them. Watch yourself go. Otherwise, don't even question why you're in the same place January, February 2026. Just because the year rolls over and the daylight savings change does not mean that you're going to be happy, thriving, all of the things. Like, you actually need to do the inner work. I feel like this was a really important conversation that so many of you needed to hear. I want you to embrace this time period and really lean in to walk away right now from this conversation and write down a list. Write a list of things you're not accepting anymore. Write down a list of the things that you actually want to work on for the rest of the year. There's still a few months left. So I want you to really get deep with yourself, uncover the layers, and find out what's important to you. Anyway, that is all from me. Rate the podcast 5 stars, like, subscribe, follow the podcast, all of the things. We're trying to grow over here. Like, comment, subscribe. Seriously. Anyway, I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for being here. Mwah. That's a wrap on another episode of Navigating Your 20s. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed the conversation, vibes, and got something out of today, please feel free to send me a DM with any key takeaways and feedback, or share on your socials and tag me so we can connect. If you liked today's episode and you're wanting more from me, you can find me on all socials at success.withjess.